I have been thinking about, well, sharks. Megalodon. I can't exactly pinpoint why I've been thinking about this, but I've been thinking about it. Anyway, so I've been thinking that, with the news popping up that Jurassic Park 30th anniversary is not going to be bringing us much of anything apart from a free decorative update, and I have to say that really upset me because I had a very nice video planned discussing all these opportunities and possibilities that we would have gotten, just to find out that that would have been thrown down the dumpster. But what I have been thinking about are the other things that we could be receiving. I would have to say that one of the most unloved features of this game is, ironically, the aquatic reptiles. This is something that a lot of people were really, really wanting, and I would have to say that the number of aquatic reptiles is quickly being outnumbered by, the flying reptiles that we also really wanted. But there's quite a few things that, could really show some love. And with this trailer that dropped for the Meg to the Trench, it really made me stop and think, where is all of these, big aquatic reptiles? Where is the Megalodon? A very highly asked for animal within the Jurassic World Evolution 2 scene. There's quite a few other reptiles in here as well that, Megalodon not being a reptile, being a fish, and actually not even being related to the great white shark, supposedly. Supposedly it would look a lot different from what we were thinking. Like, I guess I heard somewhere online, or maybe it was something to do with, trying to think here, oh my gosh, a mako shark. I could have sworn some people were coming out saying that they think that the mako shark was what we thought. Sorry, I had a complete and total brain fart there of dead silence, where we thought that the mako shark was actually more related to the Megalodon than the great white was. I have to say, either way, a shark the size of a whatever you land planes on, an airliner, a shark the size of an airliner, no matter what type of shark you are, I'm terrified either way. The ocean scares the ever-living tar out of me. But yet it's something that we know nothing about, and that's what that movie even describes, is that, there's the chance that we do still have megalodons out there in the ocean, somewhere deep within the trench. And that's redonkulous to even think about. Anyway, I want to discuss that today on the possibility of the Megalodon and a few other little beasties becoming available within the aquariums of Jurassic World Evolution 2. Those being the Megalodon, the Nothosaurus, a Shastasaurus, because I like big fish and I cannot lie, and because I couldn't really think of a fourth one, and I really wanted, is one of my new favorite aquatic reptiles, and that is the Dacosaurus, or the Dacosaurus, however you want to pronounce it. I just really, really like it for some reason. I can't figure out why. As far as to even say that I've gone out to try and purchase a figure of a Dacosaurus because I like it. I'd love to have models of just prehistoric creatures all over the place. I'm already working on, I've got the Carnotaurus skull. I've had a few other things. I would like a Parasaurolophus skull, and I would definitely love. Anyway, we're going way off topic here. I would like to go over the possibilities and the discussions of what would it be like to have a Megalodon in this game. What would it be like to have finally get the Nothosaurus, finally get the Megalodon, though? That's just the sound of that. I, of course, will be using a little bit of footage from South African Monster Gaming, or South Monster African Gaming. I'll have to look. I used some, there's a video he put together of a Megalodon with the background music of Deep Blue Sea, and he did an outstanding job with this. He did not make the mod, but he put videos together of the mod. His channel will be right down below, so you guys can check him out. He has an absolutely amazing genre of videos here for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Most recently that I personally watched, I don't know if it's his most recent video, but the Ultimasaurus versus the Black Tyrannosaurus from Dinosaur King. He did a really big, really cool video for that. I'm very, very impressed by that. But anyway, having a Megalodon, that would honestly be a very monstrous-sized fish. Probably about the size of the Mosasaur, maybe a little bit bigger. I would like it to be big, but if they were to make a Megalodon, I want it to look absolutely terrifying. They do, of course, have the Megalodon in Jurassic World, the game. That was an interesting animal to have in there, and a lot of people also highly requested it. It did become a thing. It's not like the Megalodon is not in the lore of Jurassic World. We do have that thing. We do have a Megalodon. So it would be cool to have that Megalodon make its way over into Jurassic World Evolution 2. Of course, it would be able to eat fish, and it would be able to eat the shark feeder. So that would be a nice little nod. But, oh, just think of the amazing footage you could get of the Megalodon coming out of the water, or those gums coming out, or the teeth and the jaws coming out of the shark like they do in real life, and then grabbing. Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, it'd be so cool. I really want a Megalodon in this game. Just having a Megalodon in general, I think I've said the word Megalodon at least 1,000 times by now, but whatever. I've said I don't care. I'll say it 1,000 more if it gets this beautiful fish added to the game. It'd be really cool to have some scenery that would go along with this pack, maybe a set of jaws within a planter, kind of like how that Spinosaurus skull goes in the planter, but instead you could have big shark jaws, or maybe even you could do like an archway that comes in 3 different sizes to go along with the 3 different path sizes, or the multiple different path sizes that are big shark teeth. That would be really cool, because, you know, that would be the size of a Megalodon, would be those giant jaws. So it would be really cool to have that feature. Maybe a fountain with a Mosasaur coming out of the water, with water going around it, of course, you know, like little sprinklers. But just a Mosasaur coming out of the fountain itself, or a Megalodon coming out of the fountain itself. Just something to give the aquatic area a lot more love. We have a small amount of scenery, and then they ended up giving us the ability to make scenery, or to put scenery in our tanks. Those are really cool. However, some of those items I think would be awesome if they allowed us to put them outside of a tank, like up on there. Like there's this big archways, or not archways, but the big white spiky things. Those would look really cool as like an entrance to an aquarium or an aquatic part of your park. Just some more items and scenery for outside of your aquatic area, so that way you can decorate the land outside of the tanks as well as the land inside, or the biome inside that tank. Moving on, we would of course have the Nothosaur added to this game, and that would be I would say the first animal that would allow us, because now that they've animated dinosaurs to be able to lift their heads up, and certain dinosaurs to completely avoid water altogether so that they don't drown, giving the ability to have the Nothosaur swim would be an absolutely amazing. I say absolutely too much, and I am so sorry. Having the ability to walk on land and swim in the water would be a very difficult task, I'm sure, for Frontier to complete. I'm not trying to insult them. I just think that would be a lot to code for a particular animal. And if they did it, like, they could kind of do it to a couple other animals as well. You know, hint, hint, in the future, maybe a Dinosuchus. That would be really cool to see. But just having the ability to have an animal go into the water, paddle a little bit like a crocodile, and then get back out of the water, it just breathes a lot more life into the animals. So, I mean, if Zoo Tycoon and Planet Zoo can do that with their animals, there's no reason why they can't do that with Jurassic World Evolution. It'd probably be the same skin, or the same, not skin, but the same model bone, kind of like of the Nile monitor or something like that, Komodo dragon, whatever, crocodiles, that they use for Planet Zoo. They have the ability there, and I don't know if the people with Planet Zoo have the same ability to work with the people on Evolution 2. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. But the building blocks are there, no pun intended. The building blocks are there for them to work with, so that they could eventually have a aquatic reptile, you know, the Nothosaur, go on land and in water. I don't want it to be something that you would only be able to put in your tanks, because this is an animal that can indeed walk on land. It can, as we've seen in, you know, Camp Cretaceous Season 5, it did indeed walk on land. then it was able to swim and it was able to do those things. So it'd be really cool if we were able to have that. It'd be really cool if we were able to have different depths of water that we could put within our enclosures. So if it is an animal that can indeed dive down and do things, you could do that. It'd be really cool to finally see a Baryonyx or a Spinosaurus gain a new animation just for being able to swim underwater. It should be able to do that. They were able to do that in real life, so they should be able to do that in the game. It would be a lot of extra coding, but can you think of the amazing possibilities we would get knowing that Spinosaurus and Baryonyx can now dive down underwater, or they can kind of rest their head above the water like an alligator or a crocodile and just be able to do these things? It would be really, really cool. Moving on to the Shastasaurus, one of the largest ichthyosaurs. I'm having a hard time talking today. I leave for vacation in the morning, and I have to work this afternoon, and I'm trying to bust this video out as soon as I can for you guys because I want you guys to have content while I'm gone. But having the Shastasaurus as the largest ichthyosaur, we only have one ichthyosaur, and that is Ichthyosaurus. But to have another one, just to show a little more love to the ichthyosaur family, being one of the largest that was ever found, would be awesome. Shastasaurus, I've recently come across it in media about a month or so ago, and I know it's been around a lot longer than that, but for me it was just something I came across when I was doing research on this pack to begin with a while back. It would have just been really cool to have a larger ichthyosaur. I love the large aquatic animals, I do. It would be cool to have that, and one of the things I've really been wanting to have is possibly the big tanks that we get now, like the large, but be able to elevate it and have glass so that you don't have, so if you want to have paths that go up next to the enclosure or to the tank, you can actually look in the glass and see things as well. Now, it wouldn't count as a viewing, but it would be, it's just that it's aesthetic. It's there to see. So that way, you know how cool it would be if you saw that Megalodon or the Mosasaur or a Shastasaurus swim by the glass as your guests are walking there, or they could be sitting across from there with, eating at a restaurant, and they could look across the pathway and see just this giant tank there with a Mosasaur swimming through it or something. It'd just be cool to have that feature. Shastasaurus, though, I think would make it an awesome addition to the game. It's just, it would be kind of filler at this point. But last but not least, as I said, the Dacosaurus or the Dacosaurus, to prefer how you prefer to say it, would be, it wouldn't be too awful big, but it'd be cool to have in there. If you wanted this pack to just remain with 3, you could just do the Nothosaur, Megalodon, and the Shastasaurus. It doesn't really matter. The Dacosaurus is in there really just for filler anyway, but I just think it would make an awesome addition to the game. It looks really cool. I like the design, and that's really all I have to say about it. I've already gone into the types of scenery that would be good for a pack like this. The Megalodon jaw, topiary, whatever you want to call it, the Megalodon jaw archway, and of course the Mosasaur fountain or the Megalodon fountain. I don't want to give too much love to the Megalodon, even though it is my favorite on this list, but it would just be really cool to have that sort of, ability to have decor. We need more decor alone just for the aquatics alone. Yes, we do have a nice little smorgasbord of items that you can put in the tanks, but there's not a lot that we can put out of the tanks, in the plazas, in that. We do have a couple signs that for the aquarium, but they all say Mosasaur, and I don't think that's fair. I think they should just have one that says Lagoon, just like they have a sign. They have a literal wooden sign, a big sign, that says Lagoon, but then the flags all say Mosasaur. And I really do think they need to change that or add another one with all of the animals, or just kind of a hodgepodge that maybe it randomizes as you click them down, that cycle through the different aquatic reptiles and fish that we have in game. That would be really cool. But anyway, that is the little video here I wanted to bring up with you guys on discussing, all these really cool aquatic reptiles and fish possibilities that we could have in game. Let me know what you guys think below. Would you like to see the Megalodon swimming in your aquariums of Jurassic World Evolution 2? Or are you more or less just kind of wanting to focus on other things in the game? Are you wanting to ignore aquatics altogether? I'm one of those that is really wanting more love to be shown to the aquatic reptiles and fish of Jurassic World Evolution 2. So, Let me know what you guys think below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like and, of course, subscribe. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and so far we are pushing about 200, a little less than 200 subscribers away from no, we're a little over 100 subscribers from that. So that would be really cool to get to 3,000 subscribers before 2023 ends. I think I said the end of 2022. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. I can't go back. My brain is like in 19 different directions right now. As you all know, we will be leaving for Disney World as of this time on 5/11/2023 at 7 a.m. in the morning. And I will be giving you guys a decent chunk of Disney content when we get back. So I will have about a week or so of no filming. You guys will probably see little bits of videos here and there. Just kind of giving you guys a taste of what we're doing so that way you guys know we're still alive. And some cool pictures. I hope to upload a lot of pictures for you guys. Animal Kingdom, of course, I hope to be the most important video of the trip, just because, you know, we are an animal-related channel. So I hope that video does really well. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I love you all. I will see you all in the next video. This is Brooding Gamer, signing out.